I wanted to be a war photographer. I don't like fake things, and I stopped photography. Age is in the head of everybody. And more business he does, better is the photographer. I'm not selling a picture, I'm selling the use of it. It is a challenge, so we have to face it, work with it, or go further and make something different. But you have to reach video with what you can do best, which is lighting, which is frame, which is photography. Bouncing on each moment of your life to make it either better or change to make it better.
Hello, welcome to Pro Talk. I'm Sails Chong, the ambassador of Phase 1, Broncolor and Aperture. But who cares? Because we have MOJA today, the owner of Absolute Group, a company based in Luxembourg, whose core business is branding and marketing. But for me, he's more of a great photographer, a friend, and mentor. Welcome, MOJA. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for this Pro Talk and welcome to the Film Festival of Cannes.
Thank you so much for having me here. Shall we go?
Please.
Okay.
Ready.
You are based in Luxembourg, and where were you born?
I'm born in Africa, in Congo, in Katanga, which is a country which doesn't exist anymore. And I'm living in Luxembourg because Luxembourg it's a country, very peaceful country, which doesn't have anything to do with international political problems, and it's really a pleasant country.
How long have you been a photographer?
Okay.
How did you start your photography?
Yes, well, it's very complicated because I started as a war photographer. I wanted to be a war photographer, and and since the age of 14, I've been to a big conflict zone just to make pictures and to sell them to magazines. And I started with working with AFP, which is Agence France Presse. It's a big press agency in Paris.
Yes.
And I was giving the pictures to that company. And after a while, I made the funeral of Khomeini in Far East. And I've seen that business has been a little bit corrupted, meaning that many journalists, they didn't like to be on the spot, so they were afraid to be on the spot. And they were recreating the story in front of the hotel at night. So everything was really bizarre, was not the reality, and then I decided to stop and to say, okay, this is not my job, I don't like it. I don't like fake things, and I stopped photography. Stopped photography for 30, 40 years. So my career has two periods. One many years ago, then a stop of 30 years, and then again I started to make fashion photography. And that was because I run with my company Absolute Blue big events, and I was asking my photographers to do the different pictures that they were doing. And at a certain point, I tried for many years and I could not get the pictures that I wanted. So I went into the internet and I found one of your BTS, which I liked very much. And I said to my photographers, that's what I want. So try to copy or do anything you want, but I want that. Could not get it. After a year, I said, okay, I'll do it by myself. And that's why I restarted a career of fashion and beauty photography, art photography, which now I'm enjoying really a lot. And you were a little bit the sparkling of that new business.
No, you're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding.
Thank you so much. And is there anyone in your family who works as an artist or photographer?
In my family, I had a grandfather who was one of the first in Europe to make super 16 millimeters color film, because he was a big industry guy and he knew the CEO of Vergewart, now bankrupt, but they were very strong at that moment. They were working with the Germans and they developed a color film, and he was not a professional, but he was really highly sophisticated, unprofessional, but mad guy about filming and photography. And when he died, I got all his equipment. I got Super 16, I got the Hasselblad 500C, I got some Leicas, MDA, MA. So I got quite the equipment, and that's where I started photography. So he's the only one who was really strong in photography.
Wow. And I saw on your Instagram, you have just explained your studio much more bigger than before. As you know, the economy all around the world has changed a lot after COVID. And many photographers cut their team, even studios, to save costs. Why did you do something in the reverse way?
It's very simple. It's, normally when there is a recession, people, they don't invest anymore, and they should do exactly the opposite. So in a recession, if you show your clients that you're still investing and you're still there and you're still strong and you get even stronger, your clients might understand it as a company which is really, really safe to work with. That's the first thing. And the second thing, I think each recession has a positive way. Each recession, it's an opportunity to find new things. So it's not into the recession that you have to stop investing, I think.
Many photographers using APS-C medium format camera, such as Fujifilm, which is smaller, faster, and low cost. Why do you stick on 6454 frame?
Well, there are many reasons. One of them is because I'm lazy and I don't want to spend time on equipment. I think the equipment is really not the important tool of a photographer. I would rather spend more time on lighting than on cameras, because all the cameras nowadays are good. I think, and at least they are sufficient to do the job and sufficient for 99% of the work that we have to do.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. And the second thing, I'm used to my cameras. So I use phase one because they have a good quality. And I might use maybe 20% of the capacity of the camera, but I don't want to know more. I mean, it has to be an extension of what I want to do. I don't want to think about it. Yeah. So whether it's big or a small sensor, or at least it does the job and it's 100% what I wish. So I'm not running after new technology. I'm not running after the latest equipment. And moreover, we are filming a lot in films, in analogic, with analogic cameras, because I think they have a humanity that digital often loses. So I'm not keen to photography tools, but I'm keen to lighting tools, because a photographer paints with lights.
Yes. Yes, without lighting, you can't do the art of photography.
Exactly. Yeah. We paint with light, and light is 10 times more important. I would spend rather my money into lights instead of into camera equipment.
When I began to buy a medium format camera, at that time, I have no idea about lighting. And when I'm using the medium format camera, which is CCD, with a low ISO 50, I start to recognize I need to learn lighting. So what I'm talking to my participants in my workshop now is, lighting is the most important gear, the important element in your picture, not camera.
Totally correct, totally correct. I really believe you're right, and I think we should, all photographers, take care of the light and not of the technique of a sensor or the technique of a camera. We don't care.
Yeah. When I came to Cannes, I saw so many your works in Sicily, which is on displaying, which is so inspired me. Did you have any unexpected incidents happened when you're shooting at Sicily?
Yes, I think first of all, a shoot of that size, which takes 30 persons to be there, 15 days of shoot, long way to travel. You always have small problems, but I push my team to prepare a lot. So I don't think we had big problems during the shooting, and because everything was turned. And it's very important in these occasions to choose your team. You don't have to have the latest professionals or the highest skills, but you have people that they are friendly, trustable, and they sweat their trousers to be and to do the extra mile that you need on these kind of things. So preparing all this, meaning that we didn't have any problems.
And does your family support your photography?
Well, my biggest fan is my mother, of course.
That's cool.
She's really a fan. She doesn't care if I do shit or not. She likes it. And the other ones, they're laughing a little bit of what I do because I have a certain age. I started again 5 years ago, so it's not for many, many years ago. And they are questioning themselves, asking when I will grow up.
Yeah.
They think I'm still a teenager and running after everything.
A teenager, younger every day.
Yeah, I am younger every day. Age is in the head of everybody.
Yeah, it's a great thing that someone in your family who supports your work. You know, I always ask my wife to make the final decision of my post-production or even the photos selecting, and it was quite surprised me is that they are always right.
Yes. Yeah, I think you said that to me when you were here. You said that the last decisions is your family who does it, and I really liked the idea, and I think I will push that idea to my family as well.
Okay.
I think they're right, because you are into the job so much that you don't have the distance, the enough distance to take the right decisions at the end. So I think you need your family as you need your friends. To give you, but you need real family and real friends, not the friends they say it's always good.
Yeah, exactly.
You need friends that are they critique your job and they say this is not nice and this is okay. But I will follow that advice. It's a good advice.
You are a great photographer, and at the same time, you are also one of the best businessmen. So how do you balance your photography and business?
Okay, this is a nice subject that I really like. I think the pictures were creating the world before, and now I think the world creating pictures.
Yeah.
We have 1,000 million, trillions of pictures every day. If you put sunset on Google search, you will have trillions of nice images, all of them nice. So everybody nowadays, because they shoot, they will have, out of the 1,000 pictures, they will have one picture. So which is the difference between a good photographer and a professional photographer? Is the business he does with his photography.
Yes.
And more business he does, better is the photographer. And it's stupid to say, because I know that a lot of photography struggles, but I think if you want to be called as a professional photographer, you have to show a business model.
Yeah.
So how do I do it? It's very simple. I'm not selling a picture. Because if you sell a picture or if you sell a service, a photography service, you end up like being to be connected or to be judged in comparison with other photographers.
Yes.
So you cannot, and many photographers, they give very low prices. And if you're judged in comparison with another photographer, of course you will not get the job, or you will have to take down your pencils and to make it cheaper. I'm not selling a picture, I'm selling the use of it, meaning that I'm selling a visibility of that picture. For young photographers, for instance, I would push them to go into the bar they go or into the clubs they go and make a deal with the guy saying, okay, I'm gonna put my images here. You allow me, if I sell them, I give you 50%. And then that means that you will create a visibility of your picture. Yeah. And then you go to the clients, onto the sponsors, and you tell the sponsors, okay, I'll be there seen by many persons. How much can I sell you? I will sell you much more money because I sell you the visibility of that picture. And straight away, they are not looking anymore at the picture. They will look at the visibility of this product on my pictures. Yeah. So that's how I would push. And always keeping in mind that in that sense, I would not, this is an example, there are many other examples, but this is, in that sense, you're not, you can keep your prices very high.
People ask me when COVID comes and many photographers reduce their pricing, and why Sails Chong you stick on your pricing before? If you take off your pants, and the client will ask you to take off the underpants.
Exactly.
Yes, it's endless,
exactly.
Right?
It's a nice image. It's a nice picture.
And now in social media, video is taking over, and AI is rising as well. And photography is facing the biggest challenge in the history. From your angle as a photographer, how do you look at AI?
Okay, AI is of course a big challenge.
Yeah.
Really for photographers, but good. I'm happy with it. Why? Because each challenge comes with an opportunity.
Yes.
And this challenge will push photographers to do something else, or not something else, but play with it, of course, but go further on the research of art and on research of a good quality of image. It's a good opportunity. They make challenges, and challenges are good to go on life and to go and make better pictures. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, it was a little bit like, if I give an example, it was a little bit like when the photography came out, right, at 1800. You could hear or see that all the painters, they were totally afraid, and the press was announcing painting is dead. painting is not that. It's stronger and stronger.
Yeah.
Photography
Still
has
life, yeah.
still lives, yeah. And the photography has brought painting further, because painting has tried to do something different. And all the modernity inventions
Yeah.
got to this.
Yes.
When electricity came, everybody was saying, oh, we're going to get cancer because electricity is very bad, and nobody, so you had a population, part of the population saying electricity is bad. But I think if you see it as a challenge,
Yeah.
and you work with it, it could enhance your work and do something different. Third thing, AI is kind of a robot, no life.
Yeah.
I think photography has much more to offer than AI, much more, because it's still a human behind it. And if the job is done correctly by the human, you can feel it.
Yes.
And then you will do something different. So it is a challenge. We don't have to fear it. It is a challenge. So we have to face it, work with it, or go further and make something different.
I told people, if you cannot beat video, just be a part of it, or show your photography in the video way.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and totally right. And when I see the job you do in video, I recognize the photographer into the video you do. And so with other friends as well, photographers, I think we have to understand the job of photography as more as the film industry calls it.
Yeah.
It's director of photography.
Yes, exactly.
Is somebody who is working with light and cameras to do the right picture. So if you're a good photographer, you have the capability to have the right frame,
Yeah.
the capability to see if the light is good, a good sense of the overall imagery. So either you give that service to your picture, either you give it to your video, and you can do both. So of course, it is a part of a solution of that challenge that we face at the moment, is to the cameras, they do videos, 4K, 8Ks, no problems, and pictures. So why not giving the two services to the clients?
Yeah.
Because you're able to do it, but you have to do it not reaching video as a gimmick, but you have to reach video with what you can do best, which is lighting, which is frame, which is photography.
Yes, yes. And I think film photography is also a solution for a photographer who is fighting with AI or video, right?
Exactly. And I think we don't have to forget that each message, each image has its own tool, is the best tool.
Yeah.
We were discussing the day before yesterday about a job that we do with, we have to do the next coming months, both of us, that the picture was much better than video for that kind of...
Yes, exactly.
And for other work,
Yeah.
Picture is too weak in comparison with a video. But so it is not that for one job you do pictures and video. Could happen. But if the message is strong, one of the media is stronger than another on that particular job. So on that job I would do video because it has to be done in video. I would forget picture. And another I would do picture because picture gives something more,
more
than the
impact.
video,
Yeah.
more impactful.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. When I was I go very often to big companies, and the big companies, when you have to wait in the waiting room, they have videos. I can tell you, we made a test with a big client. We've put it 3 videos, and we have asked the people, what do you remember? Nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. Too many images. So they could not remember anything.
Yeah.
Then we changed and we've put some pictures, very nice shots, which tell us something, because the image has to tell something. It's not only a nice image, it has to give a message.
Yeah.
We've put it 3 images. I can tell you all of them remembered the 3 images and the message on the 3 images.
Yes, that's true.
So the media or the momentum, you have to impact the person as his own media. Sometimes video, sometimes picture.
Yeah, that's right. There are always up and downs in our lives, and shit happens every day. It's part of the package called life. Is there anything that changed your mind, your career, your life? So how did you go through it?
So it's a very nice way to see things. I think life, it's a package, and you get it, and you stick with it. I mean, it's the package you get. True, but you have to see it in a positive way. I mean, both sides. Bad moments is a challenge to get to better moments. It's a bad moment is the time that you think about doing things differently and to go over it. And right moments is always it's also the good moment to say, okay, but I am very happy because I'm on a hype moment. It leads me to success. But how can I be better? So it's always, I think you have to see it in a positive way.
Yeah.
It's bouncing on each moment of your life to make it either better or change to make it better. So it's always research of momentum, of life moments.
Yeah. So I think your mind, your attitude to life is the key to make you reach the stage where you are.
I think so, yes. Yeah. I think it's too easy to
give up.
To give up.
Right.
and that's what I always say to the young ones, because when I grew up, I had a moment in life or a moment in history which was really positive. You could do many things. The young ones nowadays, they have 10 times more facilities in technique to get where you get, but we are many more. So it is a challenge, and you will be over those moments, difficult moments, only if you think positively.
You have been to China for shooting before, and what do you think about China?
Oh, that's a good question. First of all, I love China for many reasons, and the first reason is aesthetics.
Yeah.
Chinese people, they are very strong in aesthetics. That means everywhere, for the calligraphy, so the text, for painting, for research of yin and yang. They do things amazingly impressive, interesting. They spend the time on each thing. So secondly, I think the mentality of a Chinese, so always finding the yin and yang, the positive and the negative, always balance it. Yeah. The way of analyzing the nature, analyzing life, it's very interesting. I learned so many things. Then it's a country which, because when we say we go to China, this is, I think, reductive. You cannot go to China. I mean, China is so big, so many things, that you have to say, I go to Fujian, or I go to Shanghai, or I go to Gobi Desert, or China doesn't mean anything. It's a country which is huge, amazing country. And so I think there are so many places to visit, and so it gives you so much possibilities, and so many items and subjects and population and philosophies and to film. So it's a reservoir of millions of things which could be very interesting for photography. And the last thing is the food.
Yeah.
I love the food in China. It has nothing to do with the food the Chinese food we know here in Europe. Nothing to do. I could not even name or recognize any plates, but all of them were really amazing, or at least all of them has a story to tell.
Yeah. Has
a background.
Yes.
Has a history behind it, which makes it interesting. Each single plate. And what I really am a little bit astonished is that it's a huge country which is capable of putting under the same flag so many different people. Yeah. And they succeed. Yeah. So I'm a little bit astonished is that the Western countries, they don't understand that. They're not able to understand, because it's not the same philosophy, it's not the same country, and we tend to judge China with our own thinking, which is totally wrong. I think it's a wonderful country.
When I travel all around the world, I just tell people, welcome, please come to China, and you will change your mind 180 degrees, totally.
I think you're totally right. Don't speak about China if you haven't been to China.
Yeah. What's your next endeavor? What are you going to do in the near future?
I think I will push the big projects because I think pictures has to be inhabited by content. And I'm willing to push story into the pictures and not making one nice picture, but making a bunch of pictures which explain something.
Yeah.
But in a sense, having all the pictures that could stand alone and being understood alone, which would tell a story alone, but in addition to it, having all these pictures telling an overall story.
Yeah.
And therefore, I am pushing a lot, huge shootings, and to be able to tell stories,
Okay.
to light stories.
Yeah. It sounds great.
Yeah.
Thank you for a great talk. And is there any opportunity to invite you to China to give a talk?
Oh, yes, I think I would love that. I think I will come in beginning of July, end of June, I will come straight away. And I want to make a shoot in China again. And I will definitely come and to see you and learn a few things from you.
You are kidding again.
No. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Yeah. And at the last, if you have any message for the Chinese audience, please.
You have so many things to show the world. And we have, together with the Chinese lovers like me, we have together to explain China to the world, to show China to the world. So keep your DNA, your Chinese DNA, show it to the world, because you have so many things to show.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Patrick. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Great talk. Yeah.